Alright, welcome to another episode of Havin a Wee Horror Look At for the Halloween season, and today it's Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods Part 2. I think this will be the final DLC for Doom Eternal somehow. They've only said there was going to be 2 story packs. I'm very happy that they did it, and they added some new shit in. Some of it I like, some of it I find very frustrating, but still very cool. Like the Stone Imp, I'm a big fan of the Stone Imp. You need to use the shotgun's automatic fire mode if you want to take them down, or you can use the big hammer that you get not too far into the story. Other things, you get the Screecher zombie. Try not to hit them at all, because all they do is scream and buff everything around you, and it's just a pain in the buttocks. Then you've got the Armoured Baron of Hell, and he's got like a big mace, and when that glows, shoot it and it'll knock all his armour off, and that's the only way you'll be able to damage him, and you'll only have a certain amount of time to damage him before his armour comes back on. It's wonderful stuff. Very frustrating in some cases, especially when you're in the heat of a massive fucking battle, and then you're expected to have a pinpoint accuracy shot from across the battlefield. It's a pest. Sometimes you're better off just ignoring that big prick. The levels seem to be a wee bit more open as well. Not terribly much, but there's a wee bit more room for manoeuvring, which is good in the bigger battles because you need that fucking room. They're also not as demonic as I thought they were going to be. There was like this bit, it just kind of looks like Skyrim a wee bit. It's just all snowy and I like it. It's green and it's snowy and you've got to kill a lot of bad guys, and you know, I'm all for that. You find out that the Dark Lord person is just a carbon copy of you, or you're a carbon copy of him, something like that. But obviously where the game really does excel is in its insane battles, and there are plenty to be had here. Plenty! Some might say too insane, especially when you get a battle and it's got a massive mix. You've got Screecher zombies in there, you've got Armoured Barons in there, and the last thing you really want is for those pricks to become buffed. Fucking hell, man. The one thing you can do with the Stone Imp is chainsaw them, so they're not that difficult really. You just walk up, chainsaw the bastard in half, and you get all your ammo back, so it's pretty good. But if you've got a bunch of them, you will need to sort your tactics out and all that good shit. I haven't fully finished the DLC, either of them actually, but this is just an impressions video, so I'm just wetting your fucking gaming taste buds here, okay? I'm just giving you a taste of what you can expect, because sometimes that's all you really need, just a wee bit of a spur on to get your juices flying. There's also puzzles involving the meat hook from the double barrel shotgun, or sorry, the super shotgun, which is actually, they're pretty good. You slingshot yourself around corners and everything. I quite like it. I know there's been criticisms about the traversal, especially when it comes to platforming, but the game needed to evolve somehow. It couldn't just be another Doom game, so this is how it evolved. Makes it a wee bit more gamey and a little more Super Mario than serious Doom, but they have went for the more arcadey approach for Doom Eternal, which is fine. But I still like the meatiness and the griminess of Doom 2016 a little bit more. But I still love Doom Eternal. What a fucking fantastic title it is. And it really is just an aesthetic thing I prefer about Doom 2016, not a gameplay thing. Just wondering where they'll take Doom after this. Maybe they'll take the game further into the stratosphere, into different galaxies and dimensions and all that shit. Not that they haven't done that, but they probably have got more to explore. I don't want it to rush out and become silly, like really fucking silly. And honestly, I'd like them to revisit some of their other older IP, like maybe a Heretic reboot or another Quake game. I know they've just released Quake via the PlayStation and Xbox and PC remaster route, but I'd like them, a fully fledged, realised reboot of Quake would be something special, I think. But it's deciding on which, you know, path to go down, because Quake's a very fractured gameplay series. It's like medieval fantasy, Lovecraftian horrors in one game, and then it's just in space the next, with body horror. So, do they go down the original Quake route? Do they go down the Quake 2, Quake 4 route? Kind of like both actually, but I'd like them to be separate series. Don't want them to be Quake. How do you do that with, I don't know. They've got their work cut out for them if they're bringing Quake back, but we'll see what happens in the future, and I hope whatever they do with Doom isn't rushed and is maybe left to rest for a wee while now, because we've had some fantastic Doom content since 2016 after Doom 3's sort of debacle and Doom 4's constant rebooting of its development process. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you decide to pick this up, because it is bloody good fun. I'll see you all later.
This is the Torch of Kings. Lighting it signifies to all that a warrior seeks passage to the World Spear. Priests forbid the use of this beacon. If there are any remaining free tribes left in Argentinor, all will see this light and know what your mission is here.
We are still a day's walk away from the World Spear. You're not the only one who wants this mission accomplished. If you defeat the Dark Lord, any demon outside of Hell would be destroyed.